How will the House of Mumbi vote on August 9th, 2022? We have so many theories. So many analysts have told us so many things. But I recently completed a survey that shocked even me. And I believe in many ways I'm shock-proof because I've seen many things in politics. But this particular small survey I did even puzzled me. That is what my show is about today. Find out those startling facts in this video. Of course, we know one of the presidential candidates, is capable of winning these presidential elections, even without a single vote from the House of Mumbi. They have done it before. However, Kenyans are still very interested in how this community is going to vote. So stay with me and find out. I assure you there are many surprising things that you'll discover. Karibu sana and enjoy! Over the last few weeks, I have been doing a very intensive research to try and read the heart of the Kikuyu voter, the Mount Kenya voter, because we all know that this is a very crucial vote in the upcoming election. It is impossible to be able to predict accurately who will win these elections without knowing or having a clue or at least an idea of how Mount Kenya is going to vote. Granted, Raila has won general elections before without the Mount Kenya vote and without the Kalenjin vote. But if somebody were to get an idea of how that vote will go, then it is very easy to make a very accurate conclusion as to who will win the August 9th presidential race. Now, to be very honest with you, my findings surprised me. I was taken aback. You know, before I did this research, I did not believe that there was any serious support for Deputy President William Samoei Ruto in the Mount Kenya region. I just thought it was lukewarm support. In fact, my views before this research can be illustrated by what I had somebody saying to me recently. They said the following: that Mount Kenya and the Luhya votes were confused by Ruto money. But now things are starting to go back to normal. That was my view. But my research proved otherwise. There's still quite a number of voters in the Mount Kenya region who do not see themselves voting for Raila Odinga, whatever the political situation is currently. And these voters would prefer to vote for William Samoei Ruto rather than to vote for Raila. That shocked me, because if the community was to seriously look at the cards in front of them, they would know that they would be much safer in the hands of Raila Odinga than in the hands of William Samoei Ruto. Especially because Raila Odinga has now teamed up with a running mate who is trusted, has a brilliant track record, Martha Karua. But it seems there's still a substantial number that just can't bring themselves to vote for Raila Odinga. Perhaps it's something to do with the 1969 odds, the blood odds. I know there are those in this channel who don't want to hear about that. But spiritually speaking, odds are powerful things, especially blood odds. And they affect generation after generation. Even those who are not born then. Even those who were not even an idea then. Yeah, but are alive today and old enough to vote, would still operate under the power, spiritually, of an oath that was taken so long ago. Now, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I have put a link in the description area of this video about a set of videos I did on this 1969 odds. Very serious manenos. Now, by my estimates, and this will surprise most of you, the votes amongst the House of Mumbi will be split. There is about 60% who may vote Ruto, 10% undecided, and 30% for Raila Odinga. Yeah, based on my small sampling. I did this research while the excitement of Martha Karua as a running mate was very fresh on the minds of voters. So this is not the result I expected. Now, it is very important, before I forget to mention, that even with 30% of the Mount Kenya region, Raila Odinga will still win by a landslide. So for now, let that not cloud some of us taking this video, because I know we have very strong Raila Odinga supporters who could easily lose appetite for the facts. Yeah, because they may think what I'm saying is that Raila will lose the elections. No, I still hold the view that this election has already been decided. We're just focusing on how Mount Kenya will vote. Now, in case you don't know, the House of Mumbi vote has never been split. Even in 2002, when there were two candidates, Uhuru Kenyatta and Mwai Kibaki, the House of Mumbi votes were not split. Majority of those votes went to Mwai Kibaki. Even from Kiambu, Uhuru Kenyatta's home turf, yeah, Mwai Kibaki received substantial number of votes. In my opinion, a result of 60-40 would be a split vote. Yeah, but 70-30, in my opinion, is not split. Yeah, the community has made a decision. 70% have voted for one candidate. You cannot call that a split vote. No way. So the House of Mumbi vote has never been split since before independence. And therefore, we should not expect it to be split this time round. So of course the question is, how will the House of Mumbi vote on August 9th? Now, to understand the way this community votes, which in my opinion is very unique, very different from how all the other communities vote, let's take a closer look at what happened in 1992, the first multi-party elections, and 1997. In both those elections, the House of Mumbi had more than one candidate. Now, in 1992, everybody was very sure that the community would vote for the more senior politician, Mwai Kibaki. But it didn't happen like that. At the very last minute, the House of Mumbi chose to vote for Kenneth Stanley Njindo Matiba, and many believe he won those elections. In 1997, everybody knew that the House of Mumbi had something against Kibaki, and they were sure the votes would not go to Mwai Kibaki. Again, the House of Mumbi surprised everybody, and they voted almost to a man for Mwai Kibaki. Now, there's a pattern there, and the pattern seems to repeat itself again and again. At the very last minute, the community makes a decision, and they never have a meeting anywhere. It seems that word is just passed round. The mood is sensed by everybody, and they all go to polling booths, and they surprise and confound everybody. And therefore, we should not expect anything different on August 9th, 2022. At the very last minute, the community will make a decision. So either Ruto or Raila will have the Mount Kenya region. the votes will not be split. And we have plenty of evidence, plenty of precedent to know that that is precisely what is going to happen. So a survey today, or polling tomorrow, or next week, or even a week to the elections, means nothing. The community will go to the election and they'll vote like one man, either way. So that is what we should expect and nothing else. Bottom line, the way the House of Mumbi vote will go, let nobody cheat you, is unpredictable until the very last minute. Only the results of the elections will show us what happened and how they voted. And something else, they will vote for the survival of the community. So whichever candidate manages to convince the community, and they're not very easy to convince, that the survival of the community, the best thing for the community would be to vote for that candidate. That candidate will carry the House of Mumbi. Yeah, whoever it is. And that is the truth. Now, during the 2008 clashes, we all know that the community that bore the brunt of the clashes was the House of Mumbi. And there were so many fascinating factors that emerged. Many of them Kenyans are still in the dark about. And that's why I highly recommend my book, Let the Blood Flow, which is still available. And will actually gain you 1 year free subscription to my weekly intelligence briefings. Yeah, you can see details on your screens right now. I highly recommend it for everybody, yeah, especially those who have not yet gotten Let the Blood Flow. And the videos are going to be out soon, the video version of the entire book, which will only go to those who have obtained the book, who've purchased the book. So go for it. Until next time, this is Kshs, Kumekucha.